new polling from YouGov predicts that it will be a nightmare night for the nationalists as they are reduced to less than a third of their current MPs, including a Glasgow wipeout. John Swinney is facing a general election decimation on July 4 as new polling outlined a nightmare scenario for the First Minister. YouGov put the nationalists 6 points behind Labour and revealed that a quarter of the Nat voters in 2019 had now abandoned the party for Sir Keir Starmer. And according to electoral calculus it could reduce the SNP down to just 15 seats, a huge drop from the 48 Nicola Sturgeon won in 2019. This would also mean a catastrophic loss of short money for the already financially struggling party, which is relying on donations from dead people. It is also bad news for the Scottish Tories, as their 11% vote share would mean a loss of all 6 constituencies north of the border, meaning no return to Westminster for leader Douglas Ross. But the marginal seats in Aberdeenshire, Moray and Dumfries could go either way. Mr Ross said, in key seats across Scotland, like Aberdeenshire North and Moray East, it could come down to a few hundred votes either way. Voting for any other party risks an SNP win in our area. On July 4, vote Scot Tories to beat the SNP and end their independence obsession for good. The YouGov poll gives Labour a 35% vote share compared to the Nats on 29%, with the Tories tied with the Lib Dems on 11%, Reform on 8% and the Greens on 5%. If this is the outcome on July 4, it would mean Sir Keir would net 37 seats north of the border, SNP 15, and the Scottish Lib Dems 5. A number of prominent SNP MPs would lose their seats, including a complete Glasgow wipeout, with Alison Dowlis, Anne McLaughlin, Stuart MacDonald, David Linden and Chris Stevens all losing their jobs. Alan Smith, Joanna Cherry and Tommy Shepherd would also fall. But more concerning for the Nats is the fact that a quarter of 2019 SNP voters, 24%, have abandoned the party and now intending to vote for Labour, with similar numbers of Lib Dem and Tory voters also backing Sir Keir. But more concerning for the Conservatives is losing a fifth of their 2019 electorate to Reform, 22%. The Tories have warned that a vote for Nigel Farage's party risks the Nats sneaking in the back door in a number of marginal seats, including in Aberdeenshire and Dumfries. They pointed out that a number of candidates for the right-wing party have voted SNP and for independence before. When it comes to the issues that will most decide how Scots vote at the general election, health and the NHS top the list at 60%, with the cost of living coming in second on 52% and the economy in third on 35%. Breaking up the UK comes a distant fifth, despite the SNP making it the core focus of their campaign. Only 17% of Scots say Skexit is one of the top 3 election issues, and among those intending to vote the SNP it only ranks third on 41%, and fourth among those who voted for the party in 2019. In terms of why they are choosing who to vote for, the largest number, 40%, say it is simply because they like the party the most.